Hi, welcome to Clarksville-Montgomery County Public Library. Today we're talking about bears. We've been talking about bears all week. This is our bear week. And today we're going to do a craft with a fork and paint. So this is the craft we're going to do. I'm really excited about this. I like this one a whole lot. We're going to do a polar bear. So the first thing you're going to need to do is get some paint, a fork, something to put the paint on, something to paint on. So I'm going to choose a darker color because I'm painting with white paint. And then we're going to also need a black piece of paper because we're going to need to make his ears and his eyes and his nose and his mouth out of the black paper. And then the inside of the eyes will need a little bit of white paper, not a whole lot. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some white paint into my plate. Not a whole lot. You don't need a whole lot for this. And then I am going to take my fork and dip it into the white paint. I'm so excited about this because this is so much fun. Now it starts out like there's not very much there, but it really starts to move pretty quickly. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. See, it just shows a little bit right now, but the more I do this and you go over and over and you take your time doing this, making it's really fur is what you're making with your fork. So see, mine looks like fur. He looks like a furry bear. And that's what I want you guys to do too. So there are different ways to do this. You could either just pour all your paint on your piece of paper and then pull it out, or you can dip. And I like to dip it in the paint and then pull it out and make fur. Takes a little bit longer that way, but it's more fun. And if you splatter out from the face of the bear, that's fine too, because that will be your snow. See, now if I smear it a little bit, I accidentally smeared it, like I went like that, that's okay. You just put your fork right back through it and make your fur. This is one of my favorite crafts just because it looks really like bear fur. Have any of you ever seen a bear before? I have. I saw one at the zoo. I like bears. I think my favorite are the panda bears. I like watching them eat their bamboo. They chew on bamboo. But I've also seen brown bears, and I've seen polar bears. What kind of bears have you seen? Now, if you decide you'd like to do a different kind of bear, you're more than welcome to use a different color and make a different kind of bear. Okay, I am almost done making the face of my bear. Pulling it out a little bit more. You might want to make sure that you have clothes on that are okay to get paint on, just in case you get a little bit on your clothes. Okay, now I'm going to pull it all out from the center so it looks all nice and fluffy because I want a fluffy looking bear. And then while I let that dry for just a minute, I'm going to poke around and make snow. And I'm going to turn my fork different ways so it doesn't look like a fork stab. So it's just going to look like snow falling down. And I'm going to turn it. See how I'm turning it? Going like this. turning my fork different ways so I can make snow all around my bear. And if you don't want to make snow, you don't have to make snow. I like snow. See, I've made snow, I've made my bear, and I've made snow. We're missing a face though, aren't we? So that's what we need to do next. So we're going to take our black paper and we're going to cut out 2 ears, 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. So I want the ears to be the same size. So I'm going to fold over my paper and I'm going to cut 2 ears the same size. So I'm going to make half circles. Here are my 2 ears, and I feel they're a little long, so I'm going to trim a little bit right off the bottom. You can have them be however big or small you want. So I'm going to see how they look. They look pretty good. So I'm going to set those aside, and now I'm going to make 2 eyes. Now panda bears have big black circles around their eyes, so we are going to make 2 big black. They're not really the eyes that we're making the dark colored fur that goes around the eyes. So I'm again cutting 2 at the same time. You could cut 1 at a time if you want. And there are my 2 black circles that go on the eyes. Those are kind of big for my panda bear that I just made, so I'm going to trim them down a little bit. You can just see how they fit on your panda bear. Much better. So I've got my 2 eyes. I need a nose. Now for a nose, I always like to make a heart because a heart kind of looks like a nose for animals. Okay, so here's my nose. There you go. And then I need a smile. So I'm going to use the extra trim that I had for making my little circles smaller and just use that. Okay, and then the other things that we need are 2 white eyes. And then we're going to draw the pupils in. So 2 little circles, and you can either cut 1 at a time or 2 at a time. In this case, I'm just doing 1 at a time, just because that's the way I started. And I'll just finish it up that way. And they don't have to be perfect circles. I think I'm going to make mine bigger. I just love animals with great big eyes. So I'm going to make my circles a little bit bigger. I could be cutting out circles all day here. We're almost done with that. There's my other circle. Okay, now it's time to glue them on. So now your bear is going to come to life. Get your glue, stick glue. And then we have to remember which parts are our ears and which parts are our fur around our eyes. So these are our ears, the half circles. Uh-oh, I got white paint on them. I'm going to put that side down so I don't see it. And I'm going to put glue all along that side that has that white paint on it. So I won't see that at all. And I'm going to put the ear right where bear ears should be. And I'm going to push it down really well. Let's take the side with most of my white paint on it. And push it down. Push it really hard. I still have a little white paint on the front of my ears, but I'm just going to call that snow. So there's my bear with my ears. Now it's really going to start looking like a panda because you're going to put on these great big fur pieces around his eyes. So we're going to put some glue on that. And I'm going to have it kind of go up a little bit tilt them up a teeny bit, because I think that's how panda bears, their fur goes up a teeny bit. Okay. Uh-oh. I got more paint on there. But that's okay. He's just got snow everywhere. So I've got my 2 eyes on there, or my 2 fur pieces. Now I'm going to put the eyes over the fur pieces. I'm putting glue on the back. I'm going to cover up some of the white paint that I got on there. Not all of it. And we need to put on the nose, which is the heart piece that we cut out. Now, if you need help cutting a heart, maybe your parents could help you, or you could just cut out a circle. A circle's fine too. So I put that on there. I have a lot of paint on my hands, and I think that's why it's getting all over the black part, but that's okay. You will probably have the same thing. Unless you wash your hands in between putting down the paint and putting down the black part, that would be something that you could do to avoid having the paint on there. He's coming to life. He's got a big smile now. Oh, one more thing. One more thing we have to do. I need my black crayon. What did I do with my black crayon? Maybe say, oh, there it is. So we're going to color in the pupil. So we can make a circle on the white part. This is what I'm doing right here. The circle here, I'm coloring that. The circle on the white part. And like I said, I like big eyes on animals, so I'm going to make it pretty big. He looks good. This is my panda. And you can do it too. This is one of my favorite crafts. I absolutely love this. So here are my 2 pandas. You can put them on any kind of paper and be creative. Thank you. Have a nice day.